И здравствуйте, дорогие друзья, с вами снова я, Немичел, и это, как вам сказать, такой небольшой сюрприз на 60 подписчиков моего канала. Мы будем играть в игру The Stanley Parable. Толково об этой игре ничего не знаю, но мне рассказывали, что она очень интересная. Давайте приступим. Это видео выйдет, если мне понравится игруха, то будет часто выходить, если нет, то это будет такой просмотр игры The Stanley Parable на мои 60 подписчиков. Да. Снизу мы видим написано It's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, it's loading, never the end. Если я не ошибаюсь, это никогда не закончится. Вот такой перевод у этих фраз. Идет загрузка, ждем загрузки. В ожидании чуда. Простите, что я так долго не выпускал видео по причине того, что я уезжал с города, а когда я был в Одессе, я уезжал в Одессу, я толково не имел своего компьютера, чтобы записывать. Но у меня был ноутбук, но на ноутбуке это было неудобно. Да. Толково бы даже там ничего не написал. Русские титры в этой игре.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Это история человека по имени Стэнли.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427,
давайте я буду вам читать, если вы хотите.
Orders came to him through a
Приказы шли с экрана на его столе, и в них указывалось, какие кнопки нажимать, как долго их надо нажать и в каком порядке.
This is what employee
Рабочий
427
47 делает
did
каждый
every
день, каждого
day,
месяца, каждого года,
every
если у
month,
кого-то такая работа может быть летающей.
and although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished
Стэнли
every
радовался
moment
каждый
of
раз,
being busy.
когда поступали приказы, словно
Though he
босса
had
с
been
безобидной
paid
работы.
exactly for his job,
Интересная работа.
was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Что же это?
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Вау.
No one had showed up to give
Вот
him
это, конечно,
instructions,
сюжет.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found
Что,
himself
уволили
unable to
Стэнли,
move for the
походу.
longest
Наработался, все. Или
But as he
повысили.
came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk
Вышел
and
в
stepped
коридор.
out
Так,
of his
где моя
office.
клавиатура?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Yes.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Идем по коридору.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Oh,
open
so
doors,
this is-
he entered the door on his left.
Давайте пойдем. Я не знаю даже об этой игре почти
Yet
ничего.
there
Я
was not
знаю,
a single person here either.
что
Feeling a
в
wave
нее
of
там играть когда
disbelief,
это.
Stanley
Очень много
decided to
концовок
go
у этой
up to
игры,
his
она
boss's
никогда не
office,
заканчивается.
hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Где-то
office.
начальник.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in
Сейчас такой
disbelief
заходит пуш
who
из
orchestrated this.
Outlast'а.
What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an
Да,
extra
84.
secret PIN number, 2845. But yet incredibly, by
Ох
simply
ты.
pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
О,
code
боже,
by
что это?
sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ну, пойдемте. Ну, я не знаю даже, я знаю, что это еще игруха создана на платформе Source. Ну, как КС. Ого, что такое? О, загрузка. Ничего себе. Сейчас мне дадут там автомат, я буду воевать против зомби. Вау. Я об этом всегда мечтаю. Как в Half-Life 2, кстати. Фух, да. Это будет вечернее прохождение на 60 подписчиков этой игры. Я очень рад, что у меня 60 подписчиков и 60 подписчиков, которые меня смотрят. Этого никогда. Так, продолжаем. Стэнли заметил, что чувствуешь себя как-то эмоции в груди, словно не мог свободно думать, сомневаться в смысле своей работы. Ой, Нэнси. Почему он чувствовал это сейчас, не задумываясь об этом никогда?
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Что так темно?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Не знаю, что это.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ничего себе, вот это классно. Попеть. Вау. Кстати, и графика довольно-таки неплохая.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Что это?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Вау. Это мне чем-то Star Wars напоминает. Ничего себе. Он или off? Тун-тун-тун. Я off нажал. Да. Темнота. О, какая музыка добрая стала. Ничего себе, жизнерадостная музыка. Играющий холод, неуверенность. Получилось? Хрен его знает.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
и простите, народ, за такую неловкую ситуацию, просто был немножко занят, меня позвали, и мне пришлось оставаться.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not
Здесь сюжет есть, я уже игру прошел.
But happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to want, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Она еще закрытая.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his
Кожа,
skin,
чувство свободы,
the feeling of
невероятного потенциала
liberation,
нового пути, который
the
перед ним
immense
стоял.
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way,
Так прямо сейчас
right
должно было
now,
произойти.
that things were meant to happen. Stanley
И Стэнли был
was
счастлив.
happy.
Все, я игру прошел, что ли? Неожиданно. Вау, все, народ. Походу это загрузка. 6 титры должны быть по плану. Да. Чё? Наверное, пора говорить. Если вы впервые на моем канале, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, зовите сюда своих. Что мне начало вернуло? Я не знаю.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Все по второму кругу.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Он вошел в дверь
doors, he
слева.
entered
Ну,
the
пошли
door
направо,
and
чё, я не
this was
знаю.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Почти прямо.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley,
Ah,
I think
чё?
perhaps but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very
Я считаю тебя очень могущественным. Вторая концовка. Так, записываем у меня здесь. Первая, вторая. Ничего ж не пишется. Нет. Так, подождите, народ. Первая, вторая. Поехали!
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Что?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Почти направо.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Фу,
and
нифига
Stanley knew it
себе.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
Каждый раз
lounge
новая
first,
история, это надо
just to
читать
admire
действительно.
it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful
Он уже
room.
фразу поменял.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Почти прямо.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
Знаете, вот
incredible he
еще 5 лет
wasn't
назад.
5
Так, не
years
падаем.
ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been
так с
about
автором ему
nothing
прикалывался,
but
чё?
you all this time.
А, что
There's
у вас
someone
попало?
you've
А,
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for
паркур.
me,
Ну,
I'm
побежал.
asking for her.
Я думал, я опять упаду.
This is it, Stanley.
Но цель твоя
Your
шанс справиться,
chance to
прожить
redeem
работу и
yourself.
влиться в
To
черная
put
дверь.
your work
Квадрат
aside.
Малевича.
To let her back into your life.
О!
She's been waiting. That's her,
Давайте ответим.
Stanley.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the front out of the oven.
Ничего, мне немножко стрёмно.
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
О!
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a
Fuck.
loving wife? They'd want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Что-то мне немножко страшно.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button
Так,
that he
стоп.
pushes
Чувствую,
is
что
a
это будет
reminder of
Scarface.
the inconsequential
Так,
nature of
немножко
his
прибавим
existence.
звук. Пожалуйста, нажмите Ю. Ю и
Look at him
прячемся.
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's
Так,
going home.
прячем лицо.
Now He's
Так,
coming back to
ждем.
work.
Так, стерва, ты
One
меня
might even
пугаешь.
feel sorry for him,
Так,
except that he's
тихо,
chosen
такую
this
жизнь,
life.
насрать. Так, главное, нажмите же, на. Ну и чё это? Ну и что это будет? Какими сыновьями? Подождите. А, черт, что-то меня-то пугает, у меня жесткие мурашки по коже. Фак, ну не надо никакого скорифейса. И так ночью после Outlast'а не очень хорошо сплю. Году это будет без конца. Жизнь потеряла смысл, Стэнли. Ты очень скучный человек. Что же ты делаешь-то со мной? Я не понимаю, что это происходит, я вам отвечаю. Белая тетка, белый холодильник, белый стол, какие-то сыновья, которых я не вижу. Ладно, народ. Я так понимаю, это уже вторая часть или что? Или я не знаю вообще. Ну подождите, верните меня хотя бы назад, дайте я изменю что-то. Ну. Я люблю свою жену. Пойти спать, Эф. Давайте, все, спим, просыпаемся, идем на работу. 100% так будет, я вам отвечаю. Но. Энд что? Вы сейчас видели, с каким я лицом сейчас сижу перед экраном? Да так скучно. Это третья концовка, можно считать. Фак. Если ты сейчас не продолжишь, я начну игру сначала. Ну и считаем до 10. Раз, два, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Начинаем. Да. Так, ну что, давайте еще немножко подождем. Сейчас какая-то команда, если после нее ничего не будет, то все. И что? Это все? Козлы. Ну просто козлы. Верни меня назад! Так, пока напишем, что это третья концовка. Начнем сначала. Потому что это тупость, народ. Это просто тупость. Не войни меня. Ну, 3 концовки есть. Все. Смотрим дальше. Вдруг там... О, все, пошлите.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Как же так
What could it
случилось?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Все,
missed a
чувак, все пойдет теперь по-другому. Мы ломаем систему. Я поломаю твою игру к чертям. Все, Стэнли уже не тот. Стоп. Было. Идем налево. Направо, точнее. Пошел уже. Это был неправильный путь. И Стэнли, да, это знал. Возможно, хотел заскочить в комнату отдыха и полюбоваться. Не, что ты, чувак.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Нет, я отключу твой телефон, я его не возьму. Нет,
Stanley was
все.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Петли
years
назад, ну
ago.
что ты хотел? Поехали.
Look,
Шеф,
Stanley,
трой.
I think perhaps we've gotten off
Идея.
on the wrong foot here. I'm not
А
your
не, потом.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
Когда вот
but
так
the
поднимает,
fact
так
is that the
такой.
story has been
Аллах
nothing
Акбар!
but you. What? Really?
Я так бы
I was in the
рассказал,
middle
у
of
тебя совсем
something. Do you
никакого
have
уважения к
zero
нему нет, ты настолько
consideration
веришь,
for
что я хочу,
others?
чтобы
Are
произойти
you
что-то
that
плохое.
convinced that I want
Да.
something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley
Ну,
walked
пошлите.
through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. I would...
Чувак,
we would
я не
both
знаю,
be
что
so
это.
much happier if we just
Это я в недоумении.
stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Открывай. Закрываем глаза. Все, прошел. Да? Скажите мне, что да, это 4-я концовка.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Так. Не надо. О, черт. Ну, я не знаю, что эта игра из себя представляет такое.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful,
fuck?
isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel... No, wait. Where are you going?
Ну, пошлите, все, я не хочу, я не...
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Я хочу умереть. Все, я хочу сдохнуть. Жизнь и боль, безысходность. Я ничего не хочу.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Полетели!
No! Oh. No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Мне насрать. Давай.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
Нет.
God.
Когда ты
Is this
сдохнешь?
really how much you dislike my game? But you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Да что ты не
Maybe you're
умираешь?
getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Куда? Да!
Restart.
Да! Куда? У-у-у-у-у. Я это сделал, да, неужели, слава богу. Фух, что-то я мандражирую, ребята. У меня сейчас экран просто очень близко. Так, что ты сейчас мне напишешь?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Не знаю.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door
Давайте
on his
вернемся
left.
в дверь слева.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Пойдемте.
Yet there was not a single person here
Ну,
either.
закрываю дверь, и меня
Feeling a wave
напугает.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Не будем вводить пароль. Все. Или, ну, у меня еще есть выбор.
Stepping
Так,
into his
стоп,
manager's
это уже
office,
4-я
Stanley
концовка.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf. Look, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Музычка. Реально успокаивающий New Age.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Черт, я не знаю, что это. Мы за сегодня где-то пройдем 6 концовок. Или 7. Ну, посмотрим. Фух. У меня мурашки по коже с того момента, как вот эта белая тетка появилась, я ее испугался. Да, после этого еще хотел записывать Outlast. Как я буду соврать на нем, простите за такое выражение. Но будем надеяться на лучшее. Мне нравится это
Stanley
игра.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Пойдемте. Темно опять. Давайте включаем свет. Я потом
The
нажмем
light was
клавишу
on an
«Он».
enormous room packed with television
Да,
screens.
да, да. Открывай.
What
Все, погнали.
horrible
Го, го,
secret
го, го,
did this
го, го.
place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength
Открывай.
to find out?
Погнали.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on the screen, and Stanley, one of them,
Где-то здесь должен быть выход, так я понимаю. Ну давайте идем дальше. Везде пусто, везде интересно, где реально эти работники?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it
Чтобы
couldn't be
проверить, не
true.
могу ли это было.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Ну да,
Was this the only
чего?
reason he
Как
was
всегда,
happy with his
это,
boring job? That
скорее
his
всего, украинская
emotions
или
had been
русская игра,
manipulated to
там,
accept
где
it
Путин
blindly?
и президенты командуют всеми. Поехали.
No, he refused to believe
Его
it.
жизнь
He
типа
couldn't
готовим
accept
никогда. Ну
it.
это уже
His own
читал.
life in
Я это уже
someone
читал. Да
else's
что ну это,
control.
чувак? Я хочу тебя
Never.
позвонить. Во.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even
Да.
possible? Had he
Это
truly
возможно.
spent his entire life
Действительно, не
utterly
видя правды.
blind to the world?
Открывай.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past
Нажмем
began
«Он»,
to sink
но я
in,
немножко боюсь
Stanley
нажимать «Он».
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Он.
For, oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated with proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are sent to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Давай, Аллах баба!
Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Походу сейчас что-то бахнет.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
Что же с ними
I
произошло?
erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
Так, у меня еще есть
or I let it
54
burn to
секунды,
a
надо все
crisp.
клавиши успеть нажать.
I have to say
Я не знаю,
this,
что
though,
будет.
this version of events has been rather
Так,
amusing.
3.
Watching you try to make sense of
Вот и
everything
третий,
and take
походу,
back
щит.
the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
3. Давайте 2 и
I'm
1.
sure
Надо
whatever I
успеть.
come up with
40
on the next
хватает.
go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time
не знаю,
doesn't
что
grow
это.
on trees.
Я...
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that
Козёл.
you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? One soul? Do you have
Боже,
any idea
я
what
в
your purpose in
недоумении
this
читаю
place
это все и не понимаю, что я делаю. У меня еще...
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds.
Такая музычка на заднем плане, кстати, веселая.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Давай,
It's
бегом.
a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you
Что,
have
за
left
30
to
секунд?
drive.
Не
30
ссы!
seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you
Давай,
let
что
go
делать? Я не знаю.
Another choice. Make
Ща.
it count.
10,
Order. It's
9,
all the same to me.
8,
Part of the joke.
7,
And believe me, I will be
6,
laughing at every
5,
second of your
4,
inevitable life
3,
from the moment we
2,
fade in until the
1.
moment I say
Аллах баба! Все? Да? Это конец? Это конец. Хух, да. На-на-на. Это было забавно. Музычка такая прикольная. Так, ну ладно, народ. Наверное, на этом я закончу свое прохождение. Я хочу сказать, что я очень рад, что мне набралось 60 подписчиков. Да! Это юбилей. На 50 я просто не успел. На 60 я сделал. Это 60 подписчиков. Народ, вы не представляете, как я рад, что меня смотрит 60 людей. Капец, 60. Это как 100. Только на 40 меньше. Как Гуф говорил. Давайте сохраним игру. Новое сохранение. Сохранил. Сохранил. Понедельник, 28 октября. Вау! Вау! Это меня, наверное, удивит еще больше. Я не знаю, народ. Наверное, на этом я закончу это видео, как я уже говорил. И закончу это я обычной фразой. Если вы впервые на моем канале, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь, комментируйте видео, зовите сюда своих друзей. Если вы хотите, даже ставьте дизлайки, но не надо дизлайков. Только это никому. Никаких дизлайков. Только лайки. Если вы впервые, подписывайтесь, лайки. Спасибо за просмотр. Всем